Hi, this is Sherry, and I'm going to show you quickly how to put these flowers together, how to roll them and whatnot. Just going to go ahead and start. On this particular flower, I want the flowers to be like this, so that they're kind of curved out. So I need to take anything you want to take to curl those. I just want to do them just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. And I usually will do 2 of these at a time, but for time's sake I'm just going to go ahead and do one. I don't plan on rolling just one flower. And then I'll take my tool. I do have my quilling tool. This one I like. It's a little bit more expensive. This is usually the one most people would probably have and use, but this one I like because it just goes faster. When you put it in there, you can just spin and spin and spin. It just goes really nice. And I like to hold this on there because I want to get out some of those folds. You'll see as you do it, sometimes it'll fold. So you'll be able to just pull it up. So that's fine. Now when I get to the base of this, I just let it go and take it off. Oh. And then I'm going to pull that up. And I'm just going to set that aside for a minute. Mainly because I don't have my glue gun plugged in. I thought it was. So it'll take just a minute for that to get hot. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and curl the petals. And you can set aside. Sometimes I would usually do 10 petals. I'll roll 10 petals and then I'll glue 10 petals. And then I'll roll 10 petals because my fingers get tired. So I just do that. Alright, this is one of my favorite ones. I like how it turns out. But again, all you do, put it inside and twirl it. Sometimes some people use a drill. I have never tried to do that. I'm kind of chicken when it comes to that. Let's see, it looks like I didn't get that all cut off of there. Just a couple of them there. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to just grab a new one. I've got another one over here that's cut out. I didn't notice that was kind of wonky. Sometimes my Cricut messes up, and usually that's because my mat's dirty. It's got a little speck that I didn't get off, or something like that. So I will usually, when I see that on there, I'll take my scrubber thing and scrub that off real quick. Make sure I get everything off of it. Okay, so I get down to the base of this. Again, I let it go, take it off, and I'm going to bend that up because that's going to be my base. And I just want to be able to do that. Then I've got this little yellow one that's got the stamens inside. And it's just kind of a regular rose one. But I like the little stamens inside. They just look so cute. I may not be saying that right. But this one I kind of really end up pressing a lot because it tends to just bend at those little indents. And I don't want them to bend. I want them to roll. And I can't get them to roll. They just want to bend. So it doesn't matter though, because when the flower floofs out, so when I get done, I let it go. You're not going to be able to tell it. Fold it up, and I'm ready to do that one. Again, same thing. I'll use my little one here. If this is the one that you've got, you'll see that it's just as easy. The roses, I can't say they're my favorites because I love this little purple one over here. When I posted those online on one of my Facebook pages, that one got the most likes, and that was the one that most people said, please send me that pattern, I'd like to use it. So just take it, fold it up, and it's going to wait. Now I do want to show you on this rose one, if you take a sponge and distress the edges, okay, your rose will end up looking like this. It just makes such a pretty little thing. And that looks beautiful in a rose box, you know, a flower box, where you just put a bunch of flowers in it. Turns out beautiful. I sold that one the first day I showed it at a craft show. That one sold pretty quick. So I'm just gonna finish this off, and then I can start gluing, because I'm sure my glue gun's hot now. And let it go. Take it off, fold it. Okay. And I'm ready to glue. Oops. Might help if I have a glue stick. And I do go through glue sticks. Oh my goodness. When Joann has their 60% off, I go buy a box of glues. Okay. So now when I put this on here, I'm just going to kind of place that one in my circle and just maneuver that just a little bit and hold it. And I do kind of space them like that. So I'll show you more with this one here because I want to shape it into a circle. Okay. So I place it where I want it to go, the outside edge, and then just make the inside fit. And I do like this with it, kind of shape it into there. And I'm using this muscle in my thumb to push it in. And that just makes it nice and round. Okay. So same thing. I do my circle. Place my flower at the outside edge I want it to go, and then just kind of push that in there and then shape it. I'm going to go around 5, 6, 7 times, whichever looks good to me. And same thing with this one, just put my outside edge and twirl that one in place. And then just spin it and touch it. And now for this one here, same thing. I've got my little circle at the bottom. Make it fit and put the rest inside. And this one I just have to hold. I don't need to shape it because it's already in the shape that I need it to be. And set it aside. All right. Now for putting this on the ball, because that's really what we're doing here. Okay, I have another video on my channel that tells you how to put the stem inside. So I've got one here. I've got it started because I needed to practice talking through this. Okay, on this particular one, I make little 1-inch circles and glue the circles on because the flower doesn't cover all of the ball, and you can see it through the little petals, and I don't like to see that. So I always make sure it's covered. And normally I will cover the whole thing and then go back and glue it, but for time's sake I'm just going to do a few so I can show you what to do with it. And it does take quite a bit more glue for this one because you're gluing twice, virtually. Well, you end up putting these on twice. And just to let you know, I found these at Family Dollar for $3.99 for 2. So that's a lot cheaper than Joann's or any of the other places. I see a bunch of glue strings here. All right, for putting these together, you're first just going to start with putting one in the top and work around. I consider that I am filling in the blanks, okay? So I know that I'm going to put one there. And here, I'm just going to kind of spread it, the leaves, and I know it's going to go there. So I would put a chunk of glue there and stick that in there. And if I get some leaves down, I can just pull the leaves up. Just make sure that you get that down. I keep a knife here handy so I can push that down because I want that to be right there. So it goes right where I want it to go. All right, so see, we're getting pretty good. Here I know I'm going to want to put one kind of nesting inside there. So put my glue in there. and then place my flour in there, and then hold my flour so it'll nice, stay nice and neat. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Just going to cover it up. I keep filling in the blanks into my little crevices, okay, till you get it all covered, and you're done. So I do the same thing with this one. I don't have my stem in this one yet, but I did want to show you, I'm trying to decide which flower I'd want to show you, how we'd put these on here. I'm just going to put a little bit, okay. Probably don't really need that much glue, and I kind of smoosh them together a little bit, okay, because I want that togetherness, I guess, is what I want. This glue's taking a little longer to dry because it's hot glue instead of cool glue. All right. So just take another one. And this does really go pretty fast once you get started on it. As long as you've got your flowers done. And like I said, I usually I'll get about 80 flowers done before I start this. And then I can see how many more I'm going to need. Usually 80 flowers covers about down to here, depending on the size. For this particular one, I'd say I probably have to do 110. Because it's so much smaller. This one though, this blue one here, the purple one, I think I only ended up using 80 of that one. So that's it. So now I can see that I would need to put one here, and I'd probably smoosh it a little closer in there just to fill in that little square. I might go ahead and finish this one. This one is a pretty color. But I'm seeing something I don't like. Okay, I can see in between those little tiny bit, and I don't like it. So that would be something that I would end up changing. So I can just scooch it back in there a little bit more. This one I'd probably take out and smoosh it up a little bit more. Okay, that's all there is to it. Leave me a message. I will answer any message you have that you post there on my YouTube channel, and be glad to answer any questions I can, and help you in any way I can. These are fun to make. I love it, and I love to share my knowledge with people. I do a lot of classes, and unfortunately I guess I'm not smart enough to charge for them, but I love sharing with it. So let me know what you think of it, and if you need any help.